Hi everybody, welcome back. So we are on lesson 3 right now. We are in the agent supervision and broker associate relationship unit. And if you missed any of the previous ones, you can go back and watch them. We're going to continue on. All right, compensation. How much do you get paid? These are questions you should know before you sign any independent contract or employment agreement with your broker that you decide to go with. Consumers generally compensate brokers for their services in the form of a percentage of the property sale price. However, some brokers work on a fee basis or even an hourly basis. Broker compensation is always negotiable, but brokerage firms can set the compensation policies. So if you don't like the way they're paying out or their rules, then you can go to another brokerage, and look around because we have plenty of options these days. I personally am going with EXP, but I have been with Caldwell Banker and Keller Williams in the past. So I've seen some different packages and compensation plans. Compensation is always negotiable, but consumers are free to shop around. It's important to remember there's no standard fee. To suggest a standard fee would be an antitrust violation called price fixing. And these are an example of how these compensation structures work. A flat fee is the broker receives $1,000 for each property sold. A fee for service, the consumer selects from a menu of services and pays a fee for each. Percentage of the sale, the broker is paid a percentage of the sale price from the seller's proceeds at closing or from the buyer at closing, whichever case may be. Brokers are generally paid at closing from the sale proceeds based on the listing term agreements. Procuring cause refers to who started the chain of events leading to the sale, which often means whose action produced a ready, willing, and able buyer. For instance, Lisa, the salesperson, shows a property to Tim, and then next week Tim buys it from Marcia, the listing agent. Lisa may be still owed compensation because she started the chain of events. She was the one that introduced them to it. She's the one that told them about it. So if she wanted to pursue that and they didn't pay her, she would definitely win. Different representation agreements protect the licensee's compensation to varying degrees, sometimes making the payment of compensation a matter of contractual obligation. I mean, this is a lot of verbiage, and I don't really understand what they're trying to say here, but basically there is a protection clause that requires the clients to abide by the compensation agreement. So instead of saying all this stuff right here, which makes no sense, basically the clients are signing something in their agreement that they agree to pay both the brokerage and whoever their salesperson is. If you showed Tina a property and the agency agreement expired, then Tina purchased it through another licensee, Tina may owe you agreed upon compensation. And then again, she might not. It depends on how the agreement is written. It is also possible that you could be owed a commission even though the sale doesn't go through. For instance, if a listing agreement protects your commission, if the seller arbitrarily decides, in spite of your best efforts and marketing expense, to go with somebody else to sell their property after you've done all the work, you could legally probably take this up and win because you've already put a lot of time and energy into getting this house up for sale. And these kinds of things do happen. You could have a fight, or the seller could get pissed off at you for not selling the house quick enough after you've already done 6 months of work on getting this house up and ready for sale. And then they could go and get somebody else at the last minute when they know they're getting ready to sell it and not give you anything, or try not to give you anything. Make sure you hold on to your paperwork, okay? Even if they decide to leave, because you could take this up with your brokerage and you could take it into the court and you would probably win. Okay, brokers may share their compensation with their salespeople. The license you place under your broker gives your broker the right to share compensation with you. This means if you get a listing and it sells, the listing always belongs to the broker, but the compensation is for both of you. So if you leave and you have a listing, it goes debatable, and I mean it's different with every brokerage. But normally you will have to leave the listing with the brokerage. If you leave that brokerage and you have a listing, they'll give it to somebody else in the office and they will take the listing over. And you may or may not get compensated for that. It depends on how it's written up. If you want to be bothered to pursue it in court, it depends on how much money it is. If it's a $50 million house, I think I would pursue it. The most common method is through commission, and though the use of the flat fees is gaining in popularity. No matter how you're compensated, your compensation must go through your broker first. This is a licensing requirement all over the U.S., not just in one specific state. Consumers compensate brokers for their services, generally in the form of a percentage of the sale price of the property. And I would say that's true. A salesperson compensation comes directly from the client or customer. I want to say no on that. This is written kind of funny because technically they are paying you, but usually the brokerage is the one that issues the check. So the way they have this worded is kind of tricky. The industry has a standard compensation fee. Let's see what this says up here. I would say no. Brokerage compensation options include a flat fee, fee service, or percentage of sale. Yes. Amount a salesperson is compensated is dependent upon the agreement with the broker. Yes. If a licensee is the procuring cause for that sale, that licensee may still earn compensation. Yes, we talked about that a lot at the end here. Oh my God, it's a miracle. I'm going to screenshot this. When I get things right and I'm not sure right the first time, that is just unbelievable to me. All right, so here you go. If you need some screenshots, there you go. I'm going to leave it up for a minute. Be sure to email me this right here or contact me on my website if you want this resource over here. If you want to, me to email it to you, I can do that. You just have to be specific on which one you want because I'm not going to email 100 of them. Or you can just take a screenshot here. Download it to yourself, print it out, and it'll be a good little study tool. Alright, I'm getting ready to end this video, so make sure you get your shots in. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, never mind. We're still going. Okay. Never mind on that. We're still in this lesson. I thought we were done. Okay, brokerage firms and you usually get paid on a percentage of the property sale price. The terms procuring clause and protection clause impact your compensation. Which of these two terms are correct? Rent has exclusive right to sell, and the county will pay the brokerage fees no matter who sells it. Money listing agreement includes a 45-day money mail. I think it's this one. I don't know. No. All right. It says, under specific circumstances, brokerage firms and licensees may earn compensation, even if a transaction fails to close. All right. So let's try this one, see what happens. Oh, we have to pick two of them. Okay. All right. So let's do these two. Okay. So Maury's listing agreement includes a 45-day protection clause. 3 days after the agreement ends, Maury sells his house to a buyer that his agent originally bought to the property. Maury may owe this agent a commission. All right, that's the end of lesson 3. So the next lesson is referral fees and finder fees. So if you're interested in learning that kind of stuff, that'll be the next lesson. I'll see you on the next video.